From Rishi Sunak's anti-mobility stance to his resignation and the recent far-right protests against the influx of foreigners to the UK, questions are arising in the mind of study abroad aspirants whether the UK continues to be a safe, valuable and worthy destination to pursue their higher education. New regulations and protocols for obtaining a UK visa are now shaping opinions in the minds of international students who are interested in studying and building a career in the UK. The MAC, or the Migration Advisory Committee of the UK, has published its rapid review of the graduate route visa, which is one of the most popular visa channels for Indian students in the UK. Alongside that, there are a number of new rules around visa policies that are important for students to know. What does the new set of rules contain? Should you be worried? And is the UK still a good option to study abroad on the face of the recent developments? These are the questions that we will answer in today's video. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video and hit the subscribe button to never miss out on any updates from us in the future. When Rishi Sunak was still in office, he shared a Twitter video that showed him stamping the words "stopped" on 3 pieces of paper. The first piece of paper reads, "Foreign master students bringing family members." The second one reads, "Overseas care workers bringing family dependents." And the third one reads, "Immigration undercutting British workers." Rishi Sunak resigned from his position in July 2024. And since then, there has been further developments in the new visa rules for the UK. In early August, the UK witnessed one of its most widespread and serious protests in years. The protests were organized against the backdrop of a serious incident that happened sometime earlier. The protesters were affected by the narrative of lack of jobs, affordable housing, and wealth inequality for locals. There were anti-protests organized against these protesters, where xenophobia and racism were targeted. The current government of the UK has also strongly condemned the violent protests and shared that these acts don't align with the values and sentiment of the UK. Amidst such developments, students are confused whether the UK is still a worthwhile option for pursuing their higher education. As far as the protests are concerned, the government has stepped in and the environment is now under control. Let's have a look at the 4 major changes since 1st Jan 2024 that affect international students willing to pursue their higher education in the UK. International students who are enrolled in postgraduate programs can only bring dependents under specific conditions. You must be one of the following: a government-sponsored student starting a course that lasts longer than 6 months, a full-time student on a postgraduate level course with an RQF level of 7 or above that lasts 9 months or longer. If your postgraduate level course starts on or after 1st January 2024, it must be either a PhD or other doctorate with an RQF level of 8 or a research-based higher degree. Student visas will also now be subjected to even stronger scrutiny, ensuring that only genuine students are allowed to study in the UK. Rogue recruitment agencies will be eliminated, which the UK government blames for exploiting the recruiting system. Tougher compliance protocols will also be put to place to direct universities and institutions. Financial maintenance requirements have been proposed to be raised for international students to prove their financial sufficiency. So is it true then that moving to the UK for higher education is going to get tougher for international students in the future, and that it's not as good as it used to be? With the new regulations in place and the ongoing demonstrations against more open policies, there may be skepticism about the UK continuing to be one of the top choices among study abroad students. Even with the new regulations, officials from the UK acknowledged that Indian students will always be welcome for the diversity they bring to the classrooms of the universities. The Vice Chancellor and President of Loughborough University says that Indian students enrich the classrooms in the UK and complement the skills and perspective of the native students. The UK's popular graduate route, which is a popular post-study work scheme, has also not been altered. The graduate route visa allows students permissions to stay in UK for an additional 2 years after successful completion of their course. According to the government, the graduate route visa has achieved its objectives and should be continued in its current form. The British Council has shared their view that the impact of this change is comparatively limited. According to the British Council, the graduate route, young professional scheme, visit visas and skilled worker visas are making sure that other avenues are open for international students, including Indians. UK has been a landmark for quality education historically. More than 1 lakh Indian students moved to the UK to pursue their higher studies. UK alumni are one of the most employable group of students in the world, and finding career opportunities is not that tough with diverse areas where students can choose to work. Some of the top universities in the world are in the UK, with a thriving Indian community in all of them. Apart from that, UK offers one-year programs for international students, which makes it even more desirable and accessible as hotspot for world-class education. What do you think? Will the new regulations cause problems for Indian students who want to study in the UK? Is there too much stress currently on the graduate route visa as one of the only reliable channels to study in the UK? Will the protests bring about any changes in the way the locals perceive foreign students and professionals? We think the UK will continue being one of the top destinations among Indian students and professionals. Right after the USA and France, India is the third largest source of foreign direct investments in the UK. Indian students who travel to the UK to study contribute majorly to the economy, the culture, and the society there. And with visas such as the skilled worker visa, many students start their career and contribute to the economy of UK. With such a mutually beneficial relationship, Indian students will continue to be a part of the international student community in the UK. Are you a study abroad aspirant or work abroad aspirant? We have an offer for you that you cannot afford to miss out. With this offer, you will be eligible to get a 100% application fee waiver to the university of your choice, SOP and LOR assistance, language courses and test preparations at discounted rates, mentorship from top university alumni, and much more. Check the description and fill out the form to receive a call back from us, or call on this number and talk to a Nebula Success Buddy for free. Embark on your study abroad journey today with Nebula, the tech-empowered, unbiased study abroad platform.